Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought it would be really cool, really fun to do a personal Q&A. Very deep, very emotional. I saw Marla Catherine do one of these videos and I just really liked the different level of questions. It wasn't just like, what's your favorite color? I give you some actual advice and not just like, yeah, my favorite color is blue, you know? Alright, let's get started. Do you ever feel like your parents have too much influence on your life decisions? I definitely don't think my parents have had too much influence on my life decisions. I feel like they give great advice. I know that they have my best interests at heart, so it's not like I'm like, leave me alone, you don't know what you're talking about, or you don't care about me. Like, I know they definitely care about me and they love me and they just want me to be happy and to choose the right and be the best person that I can be. So I don't think that the things that they ask me to do or that they would give me advice about, I think those stem from a place of love. Like, as a teenager, really, you can choose which route you want to take, and those choices that you make during this pivotal time in your life are going to determine a lot of the hardships that you go throughout your life. So I think everything that I felt from my parents is just mostly like, we want you to make the best decisions that will lead you to the happiest, most rewarding life that you can have. How do you work on not comparing yourself to others? I have definitely struggled with comparison in my life, and I think everybody kind of goes through low points where they feel like they're nothing compared to somebody that they look up to. It's our own flaws and our own trials that we compare to other people, and everybody's going through something. Literally everybody. Life is like this. Like, you're gonna be at highs and you're gonna be at lows and you're gonna be at in-betweens. Comparison really sucked the joy from my life at a point where I could have been really happy, but because I was comparing myself to other people, it just made me unhappy. So I think just realizing that if you want to live to your fullest potential, then you can't compare your start to someone else's end. It's hard though, and I get it. It's difficult to not look at other people and say, I want that, I wish I was that. So I think just remembering that everybody starts somewhere, and if you have a goal to do something and you're looking up to someone who's made that goal, that's hard to be like, oh, all I want is to be like that person. But then there's that in between where you have to be like, okay, I want to be like that person, so I'm gonna get off my butt and I'm gonna go work out and I'm gonna go get fit so that I can look my best and feel just as confident as that person who's been doing that and has incorporated that into their lifestyle. What entails being part of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? I got a lot of questions asking what my religion entails, what I believe in, so I thought I would leave a link to my church's website in the description so that you can go check it out. And if you have any particular questions that you want answered, you can search it on there to get, clear facts from, what we believe. So I'm just gonna give you a little rundown of like the basics of what I believe, and then any particulars you can just go search the website if you want to. So I have a testimony of my Savior Jesus Christ and that he suffered for my sins so that I can repent and have an opportunity to return to live with my Heavenly Father. That's kind of just the basis of everything. Christ died so that I can be saved. So if you want to know anything else that kind of plays off of that, then you can check out the link in the description to learn more. What do you think about waiting till marriage? So being a Christian and being religious, I abide by something called the law of chastity, which is where you wait till marriage so you don't get down and dirty until you get married. What's really important to me is just knowing that once I get married, I'm going to be with that person forever. And so I only want to do that with someone that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life and someone that I love so dearly. I don't want it to be just, oh, like, this is what my body wants. Like, I want it to be more than just like a service level connection. I just find it so much more sacred and so much more important than something that you should just give to anyone. What was the last thing that made you cry? I thought this question was really interesting because I've never heard anyone ask someone that before. I actually cried like 2 or 3 days ago, and I've been working on my dancing and everything so that I can join my college dance team. I'm planning to go to a pretty small college, so there's a better chance that I can actually make the team, even though I haven't been dancing since I was like 3 years old. But we had dance class on Thursday, and I just, you know, when you're like, I have this goal and I don't know if it's ever gonna happen. And when it's something I've been working hard on, just to have that feeling, like I got in my car after dance class and I was like crying on the way home. Because this means so much to me, I hate feeling like I'm not gonna be able to do it or not gonna make it, or I'm not good enough. And it was just really hard to like get in my car leaving and just like, but you know, I also said a prayer, and I was also like giving myself a pep talk too, just like, Riley, who cares? Like, get on it, work hard, like do your best, stop crying, stop feeling bad about yourself, like do it, work hard. That's all you can do. Like, you can't change the fact that you haven't been dancing since you were 3. Like, that really wasn't your decision. Like, you can do what your best from right now. And if you don't get on the team, whatever, like you can try out the next time. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But I think just in the moment, it was hard for me to be feeling that. It's also like a great lesson, like this whole experience of like trying to do this and being humble enough to put myself in a situation where I'm not an expert and I really don't know that much, and feeling like I'm really behind is teaching me to be better and to work hard and to be humble. Have you ever just felt really bad about yourself? What do you do in those situations? I think at some point or another, whether it's a guy or a girl, you just like stand in front of the mirror and you're like, I don't like what I see. I don't like what I see. And you just feel horrible about yourself in one way or another. Like, I am failing at everything. I don't like how I look. You just feel bad completely. You just feel really bad about yourself. The first like thought process that kind of goes through my mind in those situations is, can you change what you feel bad about? So, oh, I feel like I'm gaining weight or something like that, and you're like, oh, I just feel horrible about myself, or I'm laying around and I like, ugh, I'm in a funk. Like, okay, if that's the case, then like, what can you do to change that? What can you do to change your situation so that you don't feel like that anymore? Another question that I ask myself is like, does this mean enough for me to go all in and change it? One thing I want for myself is to eat healthy and to be fit and just to feel good about myself. So what I'm doing is I'm getting up early and I'm working out and I'm eating healthy and I'm doing my best at those. And then at that point, it's like, that's all I can do. That's all I can do. That's kind of what I say to help myself get out of that situation. I also pray. I also kind of intertwine those, my own like, okay, I can do this, but also I also need the Lord's help with this because I can't do it all on my own. What's your skincare routine? Hopefully be having a video coming out soon about my skincare routine. I've definitely gone through a process of it. There is a video up right now already, actually. There is a video up right now on my channel that is a skincare routine, like how I cleared my skin. If you want to check it out, I'll leave it in the description as well. So, but a new one's coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. What are your insecurities? Okay, so it does make me kind of uncomfortable talking about them because like, they're insecurities, but I think it's important sometimes to like let people know like you are not alone. There's so many people that are insecure about the same exact thing as you, or like for a completely opposite reason. So one of my insecurities is actually my chest. Like, I've always felt like the size of my chest does not fit with the rest of my body, or that I just don't look good with how large it is. And I know, I can feel it. Like, it's just so personal to like the person. Does that make sense? So I watched Marla Catherine's video and she said the complete opposite thing. One of her insecurities was that her chest was small. Even though for me, I like look at her chest and I'm like, the girl, you have nothing to worry about, you know? So it's like everybody has something that bothers them. My chest is definitely one. I feel like I've gotten better, and I'll explain kind of like how I've gotten better about feeling that way about myself. But yeah, that is definitely one of my insecurities. My other insecurity that I have is probably with my legs, particularly my thighs. Again, like I feel like I've gotten better about it, but yeah, that's definitely like you just why do I feel this way? Because like everybody's different, you know, and everybody's beautiful in their own way, and it's hard to like look at yourself and be like, oh, I don't like that, you know? So then my last insecurity that I can think of right away is my feet. So I've actually had a lot of problems with my feet, and so I think just the state of my feet. I've been through a lot with them. I'm just glad I still have feet at this point. I found that acknowledging my insecurities and then applying the, okay, what can I do? I've also found that I've had less time to be insecure about myself as I do the things that are gonna help me be less insecure. Does that make sense? So, for example, I have been pretty much like going all day long until around 9 p.m. I try to like be in bed / like going to sleep at 9. Having my time so scheduled and knowing that I'm doing everything I can to become the best version of myself, that has really helped me with my insecurities. I know that as I'm doing my best, that's all I can do. That's all I can do about, you know, what I don't feel the best about. And so if you don't feel good about yourself, then do your best to change that if you can. But also, as you are in the process of becoming your best self, you are going to find that it becomes less of a priority to think about those things in your life. So I just like want to go into college and be like, oh, I look good, you know? So that's one of my things that I'm hoping that I can feel like. I feel confident, I feel good, what is up, you know? Hello, boys. Do you have a boyfriend? Okay, so I feel really bad because in my dating advice video, so many people thought that Aiden and I were dating. And watching the video again and talking to my friends and family, they were like, yeah, it kind of like seemed like that. Which I felt really bad for because that's not what we were going for. We were going for like friends having this conversation and like sarcasm anytime we were like, oh yeah, we're dating. Because so many people thought in the comments of other videos that we were dating or that we liked each other. So no, we're just really good friends. I do not have a boyfriend, and honestly, I go through different points in my life where I'm either like, I really wish I had a boyfriend. It's mostly not just like a boyfriend, it's mostly just like I wish I had a really great friend to have all these experiences with, like to go do fun things with, you know, like someone that you love that's like a guy, I don't know, you know what I mean? Just like someone super spontaneous and fun that you can go do things with all the time. I do think that would be a cool experience. I don't have a boyfriend, and honestly I'm okay with that since I'm like so close to college. I think if I had a boyfriend before this, especially if he was not a member of my church, I would find it really hard to like be like, yeah, we're gonna date, but then like I gotta go and then sorry, you know? Like I think it's just better if I'm gonna go on dates right now that it's just friends as friends and to get to know each other better. And then I am going to go to college, and that is where I'm going to meet my husband most likely, so might as well not like date anyone if I'm just gonna go to college and meet my husband. So I just find it at this point in the game, it's a little late. Are you excited for your future? I am so excited for my future. I definitely have to remind myself, like, live your life in the moment, enjoy this point of your life right now because it's gonna be gone and then you can never get it back, and be a teenager because it's gonna be gone and you're gonna wish that you had this time again. But yes, I am really excited for the future just because I know that once I go to college, I'm gonna make so many great college friends, and I'm gonna be able to like figure out how to be an adult, and I'm gonna meet my husband most likely, and then we're gonna get married, and then we're gonna have kids, and then we're gonna be a family, and then You know, it's just exciting. But yeah, I definitely have to remind myself, like, girl, you need to calm down. Like, it's gonna be a while. Just like chill out, you know? And I'm definitely not gonna marry like the first person I ever meet, so don't worry about me. But that is something that I'm really excited about. What's your favorite series? Okay, so I have a couple different favorite series, so I'll just give you a couple that I like. So if you're into like crime or anything, please watch White Collar. It is so good. And Neil Caffrey, he's very handsome. Allison would argue for Peter Burke, so let me know when you watch it who you like better, who you think is more handsome. So that's like one of my favorite series. The next one I would say is probably Poldark. It's a BBC like drama. I'm into the drama, into the romance, and so that one's very interesting in like the earlier time periods before us. Yeah, it's really good. You should just check it out. Ross Poldark is also very handsome. I like the shows where there's lots of handsome guys in them, because then I can admire them. What do you want to do when you finish school? Okay, so I'm going to college and I'm going to major in biology. I'm planning to go on to become a dentist. I would definitely love to take classes and do things that have to do with film and photography as well, because I'm very passionate about it. The plan I have right now is to go on to Ohio State Dental School. That's where my dad went to dental school, so that's just kind of like the obvious option. But I don't really know where life is gonna take me, if I get married and like when I'm gonna have kids and like everything like that. So I'm not sure exactly the plan, but that's kind of the general outline, not factoring in a husband and children. I will tell you guys where I'm going to college later, because I have a couple options and I just want to give you some suspense. I'm making a video about it. It'll be great. So there you go. How do we find positive when it only feels like there's negative? I think surrounding yourself with things that uplift you is really going to help you find the positives in life, because if you're surrounded by things that are making you feel down and negative and sad about your life, then you're obviously not going to have the joy that you would otherwise. I think that's my biggest piece of advice, is just to surround yourself with people, and on social media follow things that are going to uplift you and watch things that are going to uplift you, because I found that with myself, if I watch things that aren't uplifting, that I feel negative. Watch things that are uplifting, do things that are uplifting. How to be confident. When I'm in places that I'm not like confident, people think I'm shy. Like, I know they do, because of the way I act. Like, I feel like I'm shy when I'm not being confident. And that's horrible, because I'm not shy. Like, I'm not showing people my true self whenever I'm not acting confident. I like to give myself pep talks. Like, when I'm going into a situation, like, just do it. Just be yourself. I also like will pray too. Like, please help me to be myself and make friends with these people. Yeah, just be myself. Your fake self that you're portraying because you're not confident is not you. That's somebody else. And people want to see the real you. They want to see who you are. So yeah, be confident, show everybody who you are. It might take a little bit. I've definitely had interactions where I feel like outnumbered or like scared about where I'm at, and I just kind of like close down. Don't close down, just be yourself. Take it or leave it, everybody. I'm pretty sure the kids that I'm babysitting are here now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I loved all of your questions. I hope that I gave you some inspiration to become better and to be yourself. And I love you guys so much. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, and all the links that I mentioned in this video will be down in the description. So I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye!